All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Valsa Williams. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls upon IT industry to contribute towards nation building, asks India Inc. to come together to tackle various problems of marginalized sections. Centre constitutes GOM to look into sexual harassment of women at workplace. Supreme Court rules out sale and registration of BS4 vehicles from 1st April 2020. Railways sets up a 4-member committee to probe stampede at Santragachi station in West Bengal. US Secret Service intercepts explosive devices sent to homes of former President Barack Obama and 2016 Democrat nominee Hillary Clinton. In cricket, second ODI between India and West Indies ends in a thrilling tie at Visakhapatnam. And in men's hockey, India defeats South Korea 4-1 in their fifth and final round-robin match of Asian Champions Trophy at Muscat, Oman. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called upon the IT industry to contribute towards nation building. Mr. Modi made the appeal while interacting with IT and electronic manufacturing professionals and key industry leaders from across the country in New Delhi yesterday. He said India Inc. should come together and pool in their corporate social responsibility initiatives so that effective and comprehensive solutions can be worked upon to tackle various problems being faced by the marginalized sections of society.
आज भी हमारे वाल्मीकि समाज के भाई बहन हमारे सीवेज वगैरह साफ करते हैं, ड्रेनेज में नीचे उतरते हैं और आए दिन खबर आती है यहाँ इसकी मृत्यु हो गई, यहाँ मुश्किल हो गई। क्या 21वीं सदी में हिंदुस्तान के नौजवानों उस टेक्नोलॉजी लेकर के हम नहीं आगे आ सकते हैं जो भारत को अफोर्डेबल हो, जिसमें टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम से सीवर की सफाई जहां है वहां से आगे जाने की जरूरत है।
The Prime Minister asserted that he does not believe in the culture of criticizing industry and corporates as they are doing exemplary social work alongside their business. Mr. Modi also said more people under his government are paying taxes because they have faith that their money is being used properly.
जो हम टैक्स देते हैं वो एक व्यवस्था का हिस्सा है, लेकिन समाज सेवा तो टैक्स प्लस कुछ करे तब होती है। टैक्स देने वालों की संख्या मोदी के कारण नहीं बढ़ रही है। इस देश के टैक्स पेयर को जिस दिन विश्वास हो जाता है कि मेरी पाई का सही उपयोग होता है, इस देश का कोई नागरिक टैक्स चोरी नहीं करेगा।
Referring to the recent spike in international oil prices, the Prime Minister said moving to electric vehicles is an answer to cut down the dependence on oil. Mr. Modi also launched the Main Nahi Hum portal and app on the occasion. The portal, which works on the theme Self for Society, will enable IT professionals and organizations to bring together their efforts towards social causes and service to society on one platform. The Supreme Court yesterday ruled out sale and registration of BS4 vehicles from the 1st of April 2020. In its order, the Apex Court said any extension of time in introducing the new emission norms would adversely impact the health of citizens as pollution has reached an alarming and critical level. The court said there cannot be any compromise on the health of citizens, and this has to take precedence over what it termed the greed of few automobile manufacturers who unfortunately want to stretch the timeline to make a little more money. The Centre has constituted a group of ministers, GOM, to examine the existing legal and institutional frameworks for dealing with matters of sexual harassment of women at the workplace. An official release said the GOM will be headed by Home Minister Rajnath Singh, Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari, Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and Women and Child Development Minister Menaka Gandhi will be the members of the group. Talking to reporters on the setting up of the GOM, Menaka Gandhi said,
कुछ हफ्तों से एक बहुत बड़ा मूवमेंट शुरू हो गया है देश में, जिसमें औरतें पहली दफा बात करने लग गई है कि उनके साथ क्या क्या होता है अपने कार्यस्थल पर। ये अलग बात है कि सोशल मीडिया पर नेम एंड शेम हो गया, फिर उसके बाद क्या। तो इसलिए मैं धन्यवाद देती हूँ प्रधानमंत्री जी को और राजनाथ जी को कि उन्होंने एक ग्रुप ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स बनाया है, जिसमें हम लोग ये देखेंगे कि नेशनल कमीशन ऑफ वुमेन को कैसे ताकतवर करें।
The Women and Child Development Ministry has also launched an electronic complaints box that enables women, irrespective of their work status, to raise their voice against sexual harassment at the workplace. In Chhattisgarh, the Election Commission is taking all possible measures to conduct free, fair and peaceful elections. In the first phase, polling will be held for 18 seats on the 12th of next month. Most of these constituencies are affected by left-wing extremism. Talking to AIR, State Chief Electoral Officer Subrat Sahu said adequate security forces have been provided to the state.
सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस पर्याप्त मात्रा में हमें उपलब्ध हो गए हैं, कुछ पहुंच चुके हैं कुछ कंपनीज और कुछ कंपनीज अभी आ रहे हैं. कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्डिंग मेजर्स में माइक्रो ऑब्जर्वर्स भी हैं, बाहर से ऑब्जर्वर्स आ रहे हैं, साथ में स्थानीय वॉलंटियर्स भी रहेंगे. मतदाताओं के बीच स्वीप के माध्यम से कई कार्यक्रम संचालित किए गए हैं.
The Digital India campaign is benefiting people across the country in many ways. In Meghalaya, the campaign is centered on three key areas: digital infrastructure as a utility to every citizen, governance and services on demand, and digital empowerment of citizens. Here is a ground report from our Shillong correspondent.
In Meghalaya, digital empowerment of the people is getting a huge push through the Digital India program of the central government. The objective of the program is to transform the country into digitally empowered knowledge economy. Many people are reaping the benefits of the scheme. Joy Lamare from West Jaintia Hills district of Meghalaya shares his thought about the Digital India scheme.
Some of my neighbors, friends informed me about this common service center. I have personally benefited from this center because I applied for my scheduled tribe certificate, PAN card, Aadhaar, etc. from this place even without going to district headquarters.
Meanwhile, owner of a common service center, Buhi Sumar, said the scheme has helped the people in many ways.
Under the program, we offer payment of electricity bill, flight ticket booking, PAN card, etc., which are related to online payments. Many people come here to pay their electricity bills. We have never faced any problem or issue. It has helped me in generating a decent income.
The Digital India program has become a mass movement touching the lives of many people in Meghalaya. Warangtemru Samsing for AIR News, Shillong.
For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website newsonair.nic.in. The Railways has set up a 4-member committee to inquire into the circumstances that led to a stampede at Santragachi station in West Bengal's Howrah on Tuesday. 2 persons had lost their lives in the incident, while 15 were injured. The stampede occurred when an express train and 2 EMU locals arrived at the station at the same time, and passengers rushed to the platforms to board the trains. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is sharing the rendition of Mahatma Gandhi's favourite bhajan Vaishnav Jan To Tene Kahiye by different singers around the world. In a tweet last evening, Mr. Modi shared the version of the bhajan sung by artists of Slovakia, Singapore and Romania. The videos can be seen on our website newsonair.nic.in and Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The United States Secret Service yesterday intercepted and detonated 2 potential explosive devices sent to the homes of former President Barack Obama and 2016 Democrat nominee Hillary Clinton. Officials said both packages were intercepted prior to being delivered to their intended location. Explosives were also found in a package sent to the U.S. news network CNN, after which Time Warner building in New York City, where the CNN bureau is located, was evacuated for 5 hours. President Donald Trump has termed as abhorrent the sending of suspicious packages to Mr. Obama, Ms. Clinton and CNN. He said the full weight of his government is being deployed to conduct an investigation into the matter and bring those responsible for these acts to justice. In Assam, the 2nd Guwahati International Film Festival begins today. Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal will inaugurate the festival in the evening in the presence of several dignitaries. More from our correspondent.
The Guwahati International Film Festival is being organized by the Jyoti Chitravan in association with Dr. Bhupen Hazarika Regional Government Film and Television Institute. A total of 108 movies will be screened during the week-long festival from 50 countries with a special focus on ASEAN countries. The idea of the festival is to promote Assam. The chairman of the Jyoti Chitravan said a series of activities including discussion, question and answer session will be held on the sideline of the festival. Guests from various countries have already arrived in Guwahati to take part in the event. Manas Pradeep Sharma, AR News, Guwahati.
And now news from the world of sports.
The second one-day international of the five-match series between India and the West Indies ended in a thrilling tie at Visakhapatnam last night. Opting to bat, Team India posted 321 for 6, riding on skipper Virat Kohli's unbeaten 157, which was his 37th ODI ton. In the process, Kohli became the fastest batsman to score 10,000 ODI runs, breaking Sachin Tendulkar's record. In reply, Shai Hope's 123 not out and Shimron Hetmeyer's 94 powered the West Indies to pull off a thrilling chase to hold the men in blue to a tie. On to men's hockey, India defeated South Korea 4-1 in their fifth and final round-robin match of the Asian Champions Trophy at Muscat, Oman last night. The victory consolidated India's top spot in the 6-team table with 13 points from 5 games. India is already through to the semi-finals that will be played on Saturday. And in badminton, 10 Indian shuttlers including PV Sindhu, Saina Nehwal and Kidambi Srikanth will play their pre-quarter-final matches of the French Open in Paris today. Sabi Hassan Khan, Sports Desk.
And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Tanvi Taneja.
Thank you, Valsa. The CBI story dominates the press today. In midnight purge, CBI's top 2 benched, 13 officers shuffled. Headlines The Times of India. CBI chief and number 2 sent on leave after CVC order, leads The Economic Times. Government steps in for CBI, sends Verma and Asthana on leave, writes the DNA, adding Verma goes to Supreme Court over removal. The Pioneer notes decision taken to maintain CBI's integrity, says Jaitley, also stating opposition cries Rafale, shoots down justification. The Asian Age quips Central Bureau under investigation. In other news, the Times of India highlights Amrapali diverted home buyer money to shell companies, citing auditors. Investors may get priority in deposit scheme recoveries, reports the Hindustan Times, as the government is considering more effective safeguards to protect the interests of depositors when legal action is taken against a fraudulent deposit scheme. Cash crunch in financial markets worsens further. Little impact of RBI's bond buys is a front-page focus in the Economic Times. Haze engulfs Delhi as air pollution logs a big spike, states the Hindustan Times. Wind set to raise pollution level in Delhi, precipitating the ill effects of stubble burning in the neighbouring states, notes the Pioneer. And finally, the Tribune reports a Chinese version of Sri Guru Granth Sahib is in the making. The multi-volume translated scripture will be in a descriptive format. And with that, it's back to you, Valsa.
Thank you, Tanvi. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls upon IT industry to contribute towards nation building, asked India Inc. to come together to tackle various problems of marginalized sections. Centre constitutes GOM to look into sexual harassment of women at workplace. Supreme Court rules out sale and registration of BS4 vehicles from 1st April 2020. Railways sets up a 4-member committee to probe stampede at Santragachi station in West Bengal. U.S. Secret Service intercepts explosive devices sent to homes of former President Barack Obama and 2016 Democrat nominee Hillary Clinton. In cricket, second ODI between India and West Indies ends in a thrilling tie at Visakhapatnam. Men's hockey, India defeats South Korea 4-1 in their 5th and final round-robin match of Asian Champions Trophy. With that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.